Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. My name is Not So Superman, and today we're back to our normally scheduled broadcasting where I talk to you guys and I lift heavy things. So today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the gym and I'll show you guys that footage. I'm not gonna bore you with the details of my workout, and then after that I'm gonna get in my truck and I'm gonna talk to you guys about the number one reason about why you're not getting stronger. So I know I've been out of the game for a little bit. I've been doing different style videos and things like that. So hopefully this will be a step back into the direction that I was going and back to our regularly scheduled programming. So without any further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and take my pre-workout and let's roll that intro.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna...
Welcome back, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. That was a little snippet of the workout that I did. If you want to see the full workout, as always, it's going to be posted on Instagram, so go ahead and check that out if you're interested. But now, it's time to get to the meat and potatoes of this video, which is going to be my rant, or, me talking and boring you guys to death. So, the biggest, and I say this all the time, I feel like I say that about everything, but the biggest thing that you guys need to focus on if you're trying to get stronger, or if you're noticing that you haven't been getting stronger, isn't so much what you would think. Now, a lot of times people will start working out and they'll start focusing on their programming and what they're doing in the gym, and adding on to their workouts, splitting things up, and focusing on what works best for them in the gym. But the thing is, the reality of the situation is that a lot of the times, what you're doing in the gym isn't as important as what you're doing the rest of the time while you're outside of the gym, right? If, let's say you work out 2 hours a day, four times, 5 times a week. If you're working out 2 hours a day, that is 1/24th of that day. Now, I'm not going to get into specifics here because I'm not that good at math, but I know that that's less than 10% of the day, right? So we're talking about over 90% of the time you're outside of that gym. What are you doing, right? After you hit the gym, are you eating correctly? Are you sleeping correctly? Are you minimizing the amount of stress that you have? And for a lot of us, stress is very, very hard to minimize because we have things outside of the gym, right? So how do you deal with that? That's the biggest thing that I see in people that come up to me that ask me for advice on how to get stronger. I'm like, okay, so here's your workouts. Your workouts look fine. Your programming is good, but what are you doing the rest of the time when you're not in the gym? Are you sleeping enough? How many hours of sleep a night are you getting? And how many calories are you consuming? For an average, let's say male, right, 180 pounds, you should be eating at least 3,000 calories if you're trying to gain weight. Some of us gain weight a little bit easier than others, but for the most part, I would say that, and numbers aside, just make sure that you're getting solid food in. Don't just go home and eat a protein shake and then have some fast food and call it a day. You're gonna have to go out and you're gonna have to meal prep. As bad as it sounds, you're gonna have to cook food at home and eat as many times a day as you can, and a lot of times you're not gonna wanna eat it. A lot of times you're gonna have to cram that food down and you're gonna have to be stricter on yourself than you are now. That's the biggest issue that I see in a lot of people that are trying to get stronger, trying to progress, and they're focusing so hard on what they're doing in the gym, but not so much on what they're doing outside of it. The other big part with that is your sleeping habits. You know, are you going to sleep at 12 o'clock at night and waking up at like 5, 6 in the morning and expecting to get a full night's rest in? Now, I know that a lot of times, you know, if you have school or if you have work, it's really hard to get to sleep on time. Trust me, I know from personal experience, especially working night shifts and going to school, it's really hard to get to sleep on time after getting everything that you need to get done. But you have to be strict on yourself. You have to make yourself go to sleep at the right time. You have to make yourself wake up at the right time in order to ensure that you succeed in getting stronger. The other part of that is consistency. How consistent are you with that? You know, if you eat right 2 or 3 times out of the week, but the rest of the time you're eating fast food or you're not eating at all, you're not going to see progressive improvement. Because the biggest thing with this, I say that about everything, I say the biggest a lot. Okay, one of the most important things about this kind of process is that you have to be consistent with what you do. You have to stay on track, and you have to stay very, very strict on yourself and discipline yourself to eat consistently throughout the day, to work out at consistent times throughout the day as best as you can. Again, keep in mind that you're going to have situations that come up that require you to change up your schedule a little bit, and it's going to put a little bit of stress on you, but you have to learn how to deal with that. You know, in a real life situation, you're going to have to adjust your meal plan, you're going to have to adjust your sleeping schedule, you're going to have to adjust your workout schedule depending on what's going on in your life at that moment. Ideally, we would all go to the gym at the same time, have the same amount of calories, and sleep the same amount every single day, but that's literally impossible as a normal human being unless you're a robot or unless you have this perfect life where, you know, you have everything planned out for you day in and day out. Some of us have that luxury, but most of us do not. And so with that, try to stay as consistent as you can. Try to log your workouts, try to log your meals, try to log your sleeping patterns, and try to stay as consistent as you can for as long as you can. Understand that there's going to be times when you can't, but for the most part, what you need to do is get as on track as you can, and I'd say 80-85% of the time, you're eating around the same time of the day, you're going to the gym around the same time of the day, and you're going to sleep at the same time of the day, and you're going to start seeing improvement over time. I guarantee it. That's pretty much it, guys. I hope this video helped you guys, and you know, this is just kind of my experience with it. This is questions that I've been asked all the time and advice that I've given to a lot of people, so I decided to make a video about it. I hope this helped you out. I hope this gave you a little bit of insight as to why you're not making as much progress in the gym as you want to, or if you have plateaued or something like that. And I hope that after watching this video, you can go back and get on track and get stronger. If you like this kind of content, as always, guys, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And if you don't, tell a friend. Done.
Suffocate everything, they complicate everything, they steal your fate every day, but you can't believe it.